how like the Longhorns have this
Yeah.
and the Aggies have this. Gig 'em.
No one
This
knows
is
what
their-
that. Welcome. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the stream. It has been a very long time. I feel out of practice. I'm out of practice. It's been 3 weeks. I missed you guys. I missed chat. Welcome. I know, Sarah, thanks for redeeming a gift sub. Appreciate you. I initially gifted it to my bot. What's that? I gifted it to my bot,
Take a deep
Calcifer.
breath.
I'm so scared. I have a fear of public speaking now. I've developed a lot of bad things.
Neuroses.
But I also got gifted sub to Wrecked Rocket, who is a friend of the stream. So that was really awesome. Hello, son of Pennington. For those of you who are joining us, thank you. We did have a brief hiatus while some of us had life stuff, some of us had vacation. And we're coming back nearly full swing for the lot of us, so we're back in action. This is the part where I introduce all my closest friends and family. If you're lurking and you're new to the stream, Wednesday nights on this channel is our persistent D&D campaign where I have the honor of DMing my closest friends and family. Last stream, which was 3 weeks ago now, if you can believe it, we went into a bit of a tangent of my love of eggs. So I'm going to try to describe everybody as an egg dish. And I'm really going to try. I'm really going to try to connect the personality to the dish. Kayleen is easy. Kayleen to me is an omelet because there's so much variety to her. You can there's a lot that's in her, a lot comes out, and she's pure comfort to me. This is good shit. Don't you fucking make that. It's Kayleen who plays our sorcerer, Mastandria Red. Hi, Kayleen.
Hi. I really thought you were gonna go with like Fra Diavola, which is when they cook the eggs in like the sauce, or shakshuka maybe. But that's fine. Hi, I'm Kayleen. I play Mastandria Red. I've known Paige for coming up on 11 years at this point. And a fun fact about Paige is, if she were eggs, she would be...
Don't take any eggs from me.
Hard-boiled eggs.
I have one less egg dish to talk about now.
Hey, I was gonna say deviled eggs, which I forgot was a
stop
thing.
listing eggs!
Oh, hey, here's some other eggs that I'm aware of.
Good night, everybody!
Eggs,
good night.
fried egg.
Sorry about that, everybody. Next up we have who I'd consider a poached egg. Timeless, elegant, something everybody wants to cook but really can't pull off. It's not something everyone can pull off. It's Colin, who plays Glint.
Thank you. I do actually feel like that was a compliment.
I love poached eggs.
Hi, everyone. I play Glint. And fun fact about Paige. She was actually a protagonist in a short-lived series of detective stories in which her massive intellect was pitted against a numerous amount of foes. And she always came on top no matter what.
Thank you, Colin. Because that's what I'm known for, my intellect.
Colossal, massive, sweeping. Those are the words used to describe it in the series.
Next up, we have, I would consider them the scrambled eggs. There's a little bit of chaos in there, but they are amazing and ooey and gooey in your mouth, and you can put salt and pepper and cheese on it. Kelly! It's Kelly who plays our bard. Oh, also you're a bard. The bard who plays Phineas. Hi, Kelly. Hi, scrambled eggs.
Hi.
We had scrambled eggs
Kelly.
fairly recently.
We did, and they're delicious. And Paige actually does cook the best eggs. I'm not allowed to cook eggs in the house because Paige
Not
cooks them
allowed?
the best. Nope.
What do you mean? I want you to cook eggs. I would love if you cooked eggs.
I can't because they're not as good as yours. Yeah, I've known Paige for 29 years. You're still 29, right?
I am.
And fun fact about Paige is she is starting a Jason Segel cult. I don't know what that's for, but she's doing it.
I wish I wasn't wearing this
And,
stupid fucking shirt.
Yep. And she's egg salad and fried eggs and
Stop.
bacon eggs.
I will throw it back to a back screen. I will do this. I will do this all fucking night.
And rotten eggs. Oh.
I take it back, Kelly. You're no longer scrambled eggs.
Oh, okay.
You're 1,000-year-old egg. Because you're the oldest one here.
Fuck you.
Next up we have our sunny side up. Consider them full of optimism. It's like the favorite of everybody. If you asked everyone in America, they'd say sunny side up. It's Matt, who plays our druid, Kieran.
That is so sweet. Anytime I think Sunny Side Up, I just think of The Princess Diaries 2 and that annoying announcer when it says, "Keep your eggs sunny side up." And I don't know why. So there's that. That's where my brain goes. Hi, I'm Matt. I play Kieran. And I have known Paige for over a decade. We'll just call it that.
Long time.
And a fun fact about Paige is the eternal being that she is. In one lifetime, she was known as the Weaver, and she would just sit and knit all day, and just make crazy stuff. There was an entire universe made out of yarn, and we missed it.
Oh, wait a second. Before I keep going on these introductions via egg form, we just got a raid from Roll for Felicity. Hello, Taylor. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Oh, thank you for the follow, Dreamy. How are you? Good to see you guys. We just booted up. Hello. Thank you so much for the raid. You guys are amazing. How was your stream? Felicitations. I love it. We are back from a pretty big hiatus, a lot of vacations and life events, so we are excited to play some Dungeons and Dragons. Late start to the stream, so we are excited. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Matt. All right, next I want to introduce, well, God, I was between a couple, and I feel like I'm going to pick one, and they're not going to be happy about it, so I don't know if I could ever please them. Essentially, I love a hard-boiled egg. I don't think she finds it very exciting. But the idea of just putting the whole thing in your mouth. Wait, no, I'll take it back. Sarah,
You're so close. Just add a step.
Coffee, hard-boiled eggs, Sarah.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you do after you hard-boil an egg? What can you make it into?
egg salad. Oh, shoot. You're so right. Sarah, you are an egg salad. You an egg salad, girl.
Add mayo, baby. She thick.
But it's Sarah who plays our monk Brick. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Paige. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah. I play Brick. Fun fact about Paige. I don't even have a fun fact anymore, guys. It's just Paige, tell us
Nothing
your
fun
favorite
about
quote
me.
from The Princess Diaries, since Matt brought it up. Now that's all I can think about.
Well, I think of the first one. Somebody
Yeah.
sat on me again.
I think of Genovia, the land I call my home.
Is that
Genovia,
string cheese?
Genovia. Oh yeah, with the cigarette. Yeah.
Wonderful.
I love that movie.
Someone's already named it, but I knew I was going to give this person this egg dish for a while because they're spicy and I love them. They're a deviled egg, which I could eat all the fucking time. It's Victoria who plays our wizard, Bira. Hi, Victoria.
I'm Victoria. I play Bira. I don't like deviled eggs, but I'll take it.
Paprika on top.
Not
Sometimes,
yolk.
yeah.
I like cooked yolk. It has that I'm a textural person. I don't like it. But I have a really fun fact about Paige that you guys might not know. In the 1964 Winter Olympics, Paige was the Swiss gold medalist for biathlon, which is the one where you ski with a rifle on your back. And now Paige might not seem like someone who's a good markswoman, but she is. Gold medal. Time traveler.
Yes. I have many past lives. That one was this life. I am 89. A lot of
Good
moisturizer.
for you, girl.
Thank you. Before I jump into the D&D and we recap everybody, I know we had a couple more things in the chat, so I do want to acknowledge them, which I don't normally get to do on Wednesdays. But Felicity, I see you guys are talking about TTRPG stuff. That's really exciting. Trollmilla, you're writing a paper. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. And Sparky's in the chat, and he resubbed. 7-month streak. Hi, Sparky. Good to see you. We did it, besties. Thank you, guys. I love it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about D&D because we had a late start to the stream. We've been goofing off, and I feel like I'm just cutting in on what little bit of energy we've got left on a Wednesday night to talk about Dungeons & Dragons. So it's been a couple weeks. So let's do a quick recap. Last session, the adventuring party known as Dujour had arrived in the desert city of Wildwatch after a couple days' travel by sea. There, you've already uncovered several ongoing events. The first is that the Church of Joaquin, which is Glint's church, is holding a large gathering of followers in the city. The second is that Chad Sextington of Sextington's Salacious Shit has seemingly beaten you to the city and has his shop set up in the market. The third is that you seek a cart, and more specifically the tent attached to it, that belongs to the agent, who is this mysterious entity responsible for the illicit trade of infected and corrupted animals that you've kind of stomped out in Halahide. Your first day in the city was last session, and what it has reaped is a free place for you guys to stay. You are staying in a room in the Church of Joaquin. You have an inn, essentially, with the Wild Watchers, who are the volunteer guard of the city. And you have completed a kava drinking contest with the strange man in the bazaar, or barzar. We ended last session with a long rest, so it is day 2 in Wildwatch. And today, as you guys leave your free room, out of your mysterious deed door, your pocket cottage, we don't really have a name for it. Maybe we need to have a name for your pocket cottage. But when you guys leave, and we can talk about things you want to do beforehand if you want, but just so get you guys thinking, the streets of Wildwatch are crowded with people. Today is a special festival in the city, actually, something that they mark every year. We also just got a subscription. Thank you, Murdoch, for the 8 months. Appreciate you. So it is the anniversary of... Yes, Kayleen? Yes, Kayleen?
We have a bad track record with festivals in cities.
I thought you guys liked festivals in cities.
I had a great
I'm
talk.
not saying that
Everything
we
that comes to
enjoy
them.
them. I'm saying that we have a bad track record. So
Does anyone
I'm
have
just gonna
pizza?
lay it.
I can prepare it.
Are you guys
Um,
suggesting that Paige has a tendency to put traumatic events attached to festivals?
I'm saying that you may not intend it, but we will do traumatic things at festivals.
Yeah.
You get
Okay.
an elephant ear, you get a funnel cake, you get a really expensive and time-consuming lemonade, and you get some murder.
So
I
what
know
I
you
will...
burn some guy up under some structures.
Before we talk about the chaos you guys are going to be causing, we have chaos in the chat. Roll for Felicity. Thank you for the subscription. And we have a hype train now. So thank you guys. That's a very warm welcome, undeserved warm welcome for our hiatus, but thank you. But what I will describe, and thank you for the 100 biddies, Sarah. What I will describe is when you guys leave the room you're staying at in the Church of Joaquin, the streets outside, it looks almost like a wave of fire. The people are dressed in all these warm colors, white, ranging from white, yellow, orange, red. And as they move, like the crowded streets, it's almost like a rippling wave effect. It's so busy. Quite literally looks like the streets are on fire for the celebrations. And you can see the tents have several different activities, foods, drinks. things to buy, and it looks as if there is a potential for you guys to get some festival-related outfits if you'd like. And thank you for the 100 bits. Roll for Felicity. You guys are sweet. But it is the festival. I won't tell you what the festival is unless you explore more. But this is the part where I ask you guys, Dujour, what do you want to do? What do you want to do, guys? Got like an hour and a half. What do you want to do?
I want a themed outfit. I want a themed outfit real bad.
Outfit.
Here it is too. But like, I want one.
Shopping montage. Where we're all
I'd also
sitting
like
on
to
the couch and someone's coming out of a dressing room over and over again.
Okay.
Colin,
I'd also
thank
like
you
to
for the
find out
ticket
what
subs.
thing is.
What thing is?
What the theme of the festival is? Because again, I have a healthy fear of festivals.
I think
Not
you
like a
guys are
burn
gonna
And a
like
healthy
or
love
anything,
of
I
themes.
feel like you guys are gonna like this festival. What's not to like
It's
about a
just gonna
festival?
be like it's the have sex and die festival, and we'll be like, yeah.
The end of the world festival.
I gotta be honest, if you guys,
Sex and Die Festival, what those bugs were doing on your front yard. What was it?
but that really didn't happen. We got to avoid most of that, the
That's
pain.
just a fine time.
Hey, but in 2025, we're screwed. That's when they really show up for us.
Yeah.
Those bugs are gonna fuck.
Cicadas for all of you watching.
The contact
So-
call.
Yes, correct. Cicadas. Okay. Besides like actually hitting the streets, is there anything you guys want to do, prepare, prep, or talk about before you kind of unleash yourselves into the city of Wildwatch?
Do we think the traveling tent is in town, or do we think it's outside of town now? I don't remember if we'd come to that conclusion before we left or not.
So something Phineas did do in last session was Kelly spent some time searching for the tent. We talked about the investigation. We said that it wouldn't be a full like pick through the city. It was a portion of it, and she didn't, or sorry, Phineas didn't see anything. So
should we be on the lookout while we enjoy the festivities?
Of course.
I think I would still be looking for it, but like not like more passively, I guess. Like if I blatantly see the wagon or something like that, I would see it, but it's like a very not
Can we also
intense.
Can we also start, because I know we mentioned this last session, it's been so long, guys. Did we all get to look through the mirror to see the tent inside so we could all visually recognize it now instead of relying on Finn?
I think with the
Yeah,
amount of
you
time
guys-
you guys have been searching for it, even if specific items were discussed with like 2 or 3 heads looking at the mirror, it's assumed you all have seen it, so you'd be able to
cool.
recognize it. But
Perfect. So
keep
we can,
in
like,
mind,
split up potentially during the festival and still.
yeah, definitely. Keep in mind the tough thing about hunting down just the visuals of this at this moment is it's the interior of a tent. Little guy is also here to celebrate the festival. Look at him.
On
Wow.
display.
Yeah, proud little man. Okay.
Dujour means family.
Dujour means teamwork.
Okay, so what was I gonna say? Yes, anything else we want to do before we hit the streets?
No, let's do it.
All right. What I will tell you in regards to some of the festival garb, it's actually being handed out by several vendors, essentially because most desert garb is rather loose-fitting, flowy. Without like some maybe rare exceptions, it's relatively one size fits all. So you kind of just can pick certain pieces. So there's people handing out like pants, like kind of like a flowy shirt or whatnot. Maybe one of those like head why the word
Headdress?
yes. And you can choose, everything's in warm tones. So you can choose the combination of colors, but it kind of has to sit in that warm tone category. But you can see like kids are coming by, grabbing pants. It seems like it's a part of the festival to kind of pick up a new outfit. But because of it, everyone looks kind of like a wash. But what I will also mention is Brick. I know the colors of your tribe are very specific. You are not required to wear the clothes for the festival. There are like people who set themselves aside. It's not like you can't partake if you're not wearing warm tones. It's just the clothes they're handing out are warm tone. Okay. Cool. Oh man, wait, which one are you? Wait, I'm sorry, sorry. Wait, it said I gifted a sub.
I was moving quickly because we only have 30 seconds left, so I'm Venmoing you for a sub right now.
Well,
because I'm logged into D&D Beyond.
I also gifted a sub, but Kayleen gifted it.
Kayleen, thank you for gifting a sub. Thank you guys. This hype train was amazing. Thank you guys so much. Identity fraud 100. My identity has been stolen. I'm calling the police. 911, what's your emergency?
Bye.
Okay.
Well, I took it. I thought I would fix it before I gave it back.
What do you mean fix it?
I took your identity and I'm fixing it. I'm making it better.
What's wrong with my identity?
I don't know. I don't know your credit score. I'll fix
It's
it.
giving you
It's very good.
14
numbers.
It's just 14 more hair follicles. That's it.
Cool. Okay, I'm in. All right.
Wait, but where?
Unibrow,
So-
right there. That's where I want him.
Here.
Right there.
And then you like pepper them in here, so it's just one solid line of hair. I'm speaking from experience, of course.
A headband.
Genetics.
Headband, yeah.
Yeah.
So in game, I think Glenn's gonna try to get a bunch of mostly yellow, but also some orange color
I love
in
that.
every single piece of clothing.
Available.
Kieran is living for everything looking like it's on fire. He is just about as happy and bouncy as it could be. He's like playing with kids, like, you know, do it like the whole thing. He's just jazzed to be here. I think he would try to get something. His vest is pretty important, but if he could get like a cool pair of like pants that maybe have like a flame pattern on them or something like that, that would be sick.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. I love it. What else I was trying to keep it open to you guys. I certainly don't want to like stick you guys to certain apparel. But it'd just be more desert appropriate and it's kind of fixed to a certain color scheme. Is anybody else interested in getting stuff for the festival? Clothes?
What
Yep.
orange?
Okay.
Orange.
I want wood.
Red for Phineas. Okay.
You to match my hair like a desert sunset?
Yeah, there's colors that get close to it where it's kind of a mix between orange and red and it kind of falls into like a pink. It's a little brighter, I'd say, than your hair, but it's close.
She wants that one.
Okay.
All of it. Just pink head to toe.
Cool. Okay. Mest.
S will not be participating. She's like blue, and it'll clash.
Mess is all cool tones all the time.
She is very cool.
The shopping montage, Kayleen.
I know, but she's not gonna. Girlfriend's not.
She's the person with all the bags.
Oh,
As we keep
She's
piling
just the
things up.
mom friend. She's carrying your stuff. She's making sure you're hydrated. She's drinking the champagne in the dressing room, like.
Yes, absolutely.
Good. Great. I love this. Okay, anything apparel or clothing specific regarding the festival?
Actually, there is a thing that I wanted to do to prepare really quick. I don't think that I had quite the effect that I wanted with the familiar that I chose last time, but I would like to cast the spell Find Familiar and have sort of like this iridescent, like bearded like large lizard kind of thing,
Ooh.
like as a familiar. Yeah, maybe like a bearded dragon or Komodo dragon. The Komodo dragons are kind of large.
Yeah.
Like a decent size, maybe an iguana. An iguana is good because it can sit on my shoulders. Sort of like weird, like iridescent color. I want it to stand out that it's obviously a weird animal, and see if I get any attention from anybody in the festival that might be interested in weird animals.
Cool. Yeah, I love
Brilliant.
that. All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Can I just clarify? I want to keep on my tribe blue, but I want to wear like an orange scarf, kind of flung over the top, and orange pants, just pulled over top.
So second pair of pants on top of your existing pants.
Hell yes.
Yep. I want to be able to do a blue reveal if we get into a drag show,
Okay. Yeah.
and then death drop. You know.
Yes.
So.
She is a monk. She's probably the only one who could do it.
Yeah.
I don't take fall damage.
She doesn't take fall damage. She said, death drop all you want, girl.
I
I
can
was
go from the top of the roof with the death drop.
You could do the Superman death drop without
You could-
hesitation.
I'm sure nobody else was caught up on Drag Race, but you could do what Laganja did like 2
Laganja.
episodes ago
Yeah.
with the fall from the ceiling into a split. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, it was very good.
Wow.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I like this. So for those of you who are wearing new apparel, you would essentially blend in. I know it was called into question on last session. If people stare at you guys, and a point we made was that the city of Wild Watch is a very diverse place. There are more exotic races and exotic looking people here than there are humans, which is very different from Halahide to compare. The thing that made you guys stand out for the most part was more so your apparel, was that kind of set you apart from people of Wild Watch. So with most of you in desert attire, without maybe bringing too much attention to yourself, you blend in with the crowd. So that's something to keep in mind in regards to your interactions. Yeah, Kayleen. You're not wearing the garb.
I know, but I want hot dragonborns.
There are several. Yeah. And yeah, there are several. Essentially name a race and it's probably here. Cool. Okay. But yes, Kelly?
Why?
There's a fly.
Okay. How did you know that?
Gonna
sir?
go. If you see me just get up off camera, it's because I have a mission. It's to kill that fly.
Believe me.
Okay. She whenever she finds a fly, she goes, "Meet your maker." It's scary. It's honestly scary to witness. Kelly becomes like the fly hunter. Okay, there are several things to do. But I think Mess said that she wanted to investigate the origin of the festival, and because she said it first, I'm gonna let her choose how she wants to figure that out. So, Mess, what's your plan? Are you gonna talk to people? You gonna ask around? What's going on?
Is there anybody who looks like they're like leading a procession or extolling the virtues of some kind of deity or what have you?
I will have you roll a. I'm going to do an insight check, only because you're trying to study the pattern of people and gauge that. I think that's where I'm going with it.
That's fair.
Sorry. I might follow up with a perception check if it's complete garbage.
14?
No, it's pretty good. You would find that there is, well, I should make a point. Most of the clothes you guys are wearing, because they are free, maybe it's because they're free, maybe it's for a different reason, but the garb itself isn't like elaborate or elegant. It's fairly simple, but like appropriately for the situation, for the environment. But Mest, you will find that the person who seems to be the most plainly dressed is surrounded by a large crowd of people, and they are retelling the reason for the festival. So you kind of quite get like the origin story of it. It is a dragonborn. It is a female dragonborn. She is dressed in the desert garb of mixed colors. It is definitely not a new outfit. You can see it's rather worn, and what was probably very bright orange, reds, and yellows has toned down to kind of like a faded, muted variation of it. And what she will tell the crowd, and you can kind of get in and kind of hear it firsthand, is that this is the festival of Burn the Man, or Burn the Man Festival.
Oh my god, did you bring us to Burning Man?
Yeah, but it's D&D, and I'll tell you why.
I hate it.
No, you're gonna
This is
like
a
it.
dragon orgy tent.
This is not.
Yeah,
this is not.
it's a lot of
This
weird
is
orgy
not. This is
tents.
our Burn the Man.
As I
This
started
is
talking
different.
about cults, guys, Burning Man is a cult.
Burn
It's a
the Man.
cult.
Do you want to
Has
hear the
anyone
origin or
been to
not?
Burning Man?
We're going to make
Show
it
us hands
our
in the
Burning
chat.
Man. If you trash this, I swear to God, you know what I
not
think
trying
about
it.
festivals.
I just can't believe you finally got me to go to Burning Man.
All right. So, Burn the Man Festival is a celebration of freedom in Wild Watch. It actually is marking the 83rd anniversary to the end of slave and slave trading in the Wild Watch area. Specifically, the celebration includes the creation of several large wooden structures that mimic the former slave traders of the city, where they quite literally climb up them, cover them in, trash and whatnot, and then they burn them and celebrate symbolically the end of a terrible time in the city of Wild Watch. But along with that, which is a big outing outside the city itself, obviously for safety, so it is in the desert, there are also several activities, events, food, etc. inside the city. So depending on your preference, if you don't want to go to the burning structures, you don't have to. There is stuff inside the walls all day.
Can't believe you made us go to Burning Man. I'm sorry. Like literally, the gears in my head have caught.
Is there like a man with some sort of desert trench coat in the corner, just like vials of strange
Condoms.
powders?
Yeah.
Are there hoop girls?
Yeah.
Are any of them tieflings?
Yeah. Other
People shower in
questions?
this Burn the Man.
Huh?
Do people shower in this Burn the Man festival?
Yeah, people are
Oh, I like
showering.
it better already. Okay.
And
Yeah.
there are none of these giant structures in the city, right?
Not within the city, but what you'll see is if you start to watch kind of the flow of people, there are like lines of people who are bringing out supplies to go out and bring them. And what you'll see is just outside the walls on the other side of the port. So one half of the city kind of touches the shore where the docks and port are. The other half obviously opens up to the desert. And on that side of the city is where a lot of people are funneling out as the day progresses, specifically onto what looks to be like sand gliders, and they're loading those up with supplies.
Land vehicles, Keeleen.
Land vehicles.
I go over there and talk to the proprietors of said land vehicles.
You can, yes. The proprietor of these sand skiffs. I call them sand skiffs. It's pretty lackadaisical. You're not sure if he's just enjoying the festivities a little too much, or he's just used or assumed that people will bring these back. So it's more so just like calling out a numbered skiff and bringing it out to where you can see kind of like not like a neatly ordered line of skiffs ahead of them, but just like a plume of sand kind of kicked up into the desert. So you can clearly see where people are heading out for the Burn the Man ceremony, essentially.
Guys, I kind of want to go see this Burn the Man ceremony. I'm really opposed to slave traders.
Hell yeah, I want to see giant stuff on fire.
I think we deserve it. We haven't let loose in a while.
And who knows, maybe we'll see some tents out there that look... Who knows?
And maybe we can save the sheep that were captured. You know the sheep that you got me to go over the water for? Clint.
Yes, of course.
The reason why we're here, remember?
Yes, I'm sure we'll find a direction there.
Good.
Okay. So I will tell you that, but of course people are going out to set up, but the event itself is closer to sunset. So you have a large chunk of the day. If you don't want to immediately set out, you are welcome to set out. Most people start to set out like an hour and a half, 2 hours before sunset. So they can kind of be there just to see it burn. And then they get the hell out of there when the lights start to go down. Most people, you will actually hear that there are a group of people we need to come up with a name that they would call themselves proudly. And they're the people who stay out throughout the night to watch the Burn the Man. Those
They're
are
the
the
Bernies.
Oh, I was gonna say the Stinkies.
I was gonna say
No.
the Sparkies.
Oh.
Whoa. But it would be, I will tell you, it would be kind of a badge of honor to be a part of that group because it's essentially very dangerous to stay out in the desert all night. If you're especially from Wild Watch. So think of it like that. It would be like more of a badge of honor. So what type of name would you guys think?
We should do that.
I'm still sticking with Stinkies.
Okay. So we got Stinkies.
I like the
we've got-
Bernies.
Yeah,
The
Bernie's is kind of
Bernies
cute.
too.
Yeah, let's do that. Bernie.
The Stinky Bernies.
The Stinky Bernies are a different subcategory of the Bernies.
They don't bathe.
They don't
This one-
bathe.
They roll in the soot after the fires
Can-
go out.
Can it be? Wait, can we make it a little more morbid?
Oh, sure.
Can
yeah.
the Stinky Bernies be the ones who die when they stay overnight?
They're the bodies that get burned or what?
No,
Or
they're the ones
Versus
that
our
rot.
Smelly.
The Stinky Bernies, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you don't want to be, you're a Bernie, but you don't want to become a Stinky Bernie.
No one's to be
Yeah,
a
it's
Stinky
like one's
Bernie.
like rad and one is like a diss.
I don't mean to pull this back into reality too much, but I just keep hearing Bernie as in Bernie Sanders, and
That's
it's
why I
messing
said
with me.
it. That's why I said
I don't know.
the Bernies.
Stay out
I
the
don't
whole
know.
night.
Maybe Bernie
I
Sanders
guess.
is in the game. I don't know.
Is he gonna save us this time or?
Yeah, we call them like the Occupy people or something.
Mm. These are all interesting thoughts I didn't think about.
They are
Um,
99%. Why are they there? No one knows. No one can give you a straight answer, but they're there.
but
They're marching in through.
I know it's a bit open-ended with the festivities, but I have a few in mind, but is there things that your characters would want to do at a desert festival inside the city walls? Things they want to eat, competitions, whatever, like that.
Is there anything like related to fire going on? Like any activities that are like fire centric inside the city walls?
Yes, there are definitely some fire-centric games, activities. They're well
Okay.
monitored, but yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Kieran would definitely be all about that.
Cool. Other ideas?
Is there a music venue at this Burning Boy?
So happy. Yes. I'm so happy you asked. There is a new form of traveling bards here in Wild Watch that do like an arcanic performance. Granted, bards are magical, but it's more like it's like a buzzing kind of like thrumming kind of sound that like kind of like
Like a thrumble?
kind of like a like an artificer would describe it as like electric. It's electrifying, like electronic almost.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm into it.
Theremins.
And are there games of skill and chance?
Yes, there are. It depends on what type of chance you mean to take. There are several card games and like chance games, but a bigger portion of games are actually deception games at tables. So it's more of like a social deception that people play at the festival. But there are definitely chance games, just less popular.
I'm going to try the social deception game.
Okay, cool. What other ideas do we have or things we want to do?
Is there any sort of like maple dancing ribbon? You know the opening scene to Cadet Kelly with the ribbon dancing? Oh. Who
Prime
wants to dance with some ribbons and banners and whatnot?
Yeah, there's an accoutrement with the hoop girls, and a lot of those are ribbons. If you'd like to, you'd be hanging out with the hoop girls, who are cool. They're badass, but a little eccentric.
The hoop girls are
This isn't me rolling a hot check. This is me rolling a how stinky they are check to kind of minimize
Dead
their
are they?
hotness.
Dead or alive, you mean, or
No, stinky.
Yeah.
No, just
Yeah,
stinky.
Stinky is
Stinky?
dead.
Stinky is
No.
dead now, Paige.
No, Stinky Bernie is dead. We need to
But
follow
they're
the.
Bernies, they're there.
No, Bernies are those who stay outside the walls in the nighttime. We're inside the walls. Guys, don't disrespect the lore we're creating together. This is serious stuff. I rolled a 3, so yes, they are very hot. They're only a little
Briefers.
sweaty.
Little smelly.
Okay. Well, they're doing acrobatics and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm picturing the Hoop Girls from like the Slut Cracker. So like, there's a lot going on here.
Not familiar.
No one ever saw that in Boston. R.I.P. It's good. Very horny.
So something that I don't think Brick would care about, but I'm thinking of, what was that little paladin boy that we traveled over with?
McKinnon.
I hope he's a
McKinnon,
stinky. I hope he's a stinky Bernie.
I get the feeling McKinnon's gonna mess with this event, guys, because he's gonna moisturize the burning man.
Wetness.
Yes, he's gonna do. I feel like he's gonna do something. So I'm just saying we might want to look out of the gates for a little paladin boy.
Our boy paladin.
Yeah, in case he tries to ruin our fun.
Okay. I want you to roll a perception check for me, Brick.
Okay. Come on. It's not good. It's a 10.
No sign of boy paladin McKinnon. Throughout the first half of the morning, just in general, I can tell you that much. Anything else before we start going through a few of these? A little bit of detail.
I would just share my concerns with Clint, knowing that he has a rapport with Paladin Boy.
Boy paladin.
I don't think he's like inherently against everything that's not wet.
I get the feeling he does not have fun,
That's probably true. But
and he will ruin this. And
he'll
these
probably just-
wild watchers will kill him.
they absolutely would. But I think he'll probably just hide out in the temple during the day, if I had to guess.
If they decide to burn him, I will not stop them.
I suppose I'd have to, but I don't think it'll come to.
Okay. Deal.
Okay, so I'll try to tackle it quickly in order. This wasn't meant to be like the whole session. I definitely want to get you guys out to the burn the man itself, but I do want to honor it with a few little cheeky rolls. So let's do Matt first. Matt, you said you wanted to do some stuff with fire. You wanted to make it a game, I'm guessing?
Yeah, like any games that involve fire.
I think there would be a ton. So I think you'd probably have your pick. Do we want to come up with a game together? I have the check in mind, I think, but depending on what you come up with, we can kind of change up the check. Is it a competition against another person? Is it more of like a target practice that you're trying to hit some targets? What were you picturing?
So I was picturing sort of more like an obstacle course where you have like burning components that are maybe like swinging or like you have to like jump over and things like that.
It's American Ninja Warrior on football.
Yeah, just just like with like fire obstacles, maybe, but it's like in a controlled way, like where it's not like lethal per se, but like.
Okay, I like this. I like this. I like this a bit more, I think. What I want to do, it's going to be a couple different checks because Ninja Warriors, like all the skill. First, I want you to roll a acrobatics check for me.
Okay. Acrobatics. 12.
12. Okay. Next, I want you to roll a athletics check for me.
Okay. 14.
Okay, 12, 14. Do a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Dex save. 16.
Okay. And let me check one other thing real quick. And the last one I'll have you do is a performance check for me.
Okay. Performance. A 10.
Okay. And that's kind of what I expected, which I think is totally good.
Yeah.
All right. So more so completing the course is obviously the first objective, but gaining some favor and kind of being like fan favorite is an aspect to it as well if you can complete the course. So the order was athletics, acrobatics, then a dex saving throw. No, acrobatics, then athletics, then a dex saving throw. I reversed them.
Yeah.
So the initial part of the course is what you described, kind of like ducking, dodging out of the way, all kind of within your expectation. You're seeing the obstacle, you're approaching it, you're diving it. You do that very, very well. The next part is this like burning wall that you kind of have to like half push, half climb. What are you doing, Sarah?
I'm responding to Kayleen.
Oh, okay. So, and that you also succeed on that. Now, when you get to the top of the wall, there's this unexpected obstacle of like a swinging, like flaming, like pillar almost, and you have to duck out of the way of that. You're able to do that, so you get through the course very well. And then it's just kind of like that moment afterwards when you get to the top and you kind of do like a little thing. It's not the best, but what would Kieran do? That's like, okay, kind of thing.
I think he has his quarterstaff probably strapped to his back the entire time, so he'd probably take that out and just go like with the quarterstaff in his hand. Like a little awkward, but like he's into it. Yeah.
Do you know what I also want? If it's okay with you, I would love it if in your excitement, maybe like what are Ganassi? Can they do like a water thing for like as a cantrip?
Yeah, we can shape water, I think is the cantrip.
I would love if maybe like your water canteen, like in your excitement, like opens and you like wash out one of the closest like fire obstacles and they're like, God, and they gotta like light it back up again or something.
Yeah.
Cool.
For sure.
Because otherwise they'd be really impressed. But a few of the crew are like, this fucking guy. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Well done, though. That was awesome. Yeah, and that's definitely more of a public kind of like game. It's not like just like a stand. So a lot of people saw that. So you might get recognized for completing it. And there might be like a little, not like participation badge, but because you completed the course, there might be like a little thing they give you to put on as well.
Cool. And I still want to keep my eyes open if anyone is paying like, special attention to like the lizard.
I'm keeping it in mind.
In congratulating or stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm keeping it in mind. So far, people seem wrapped up in the festivities. You're not seeing anyone who's like really kind of like either following you or like checking you out or checking out the animal. But I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay.
No worries.
Next up, who was next? Was it Kelly or was it Glint?
I think it was Phineas. Music.
So, are you trying, Phineas, a question? What are you trying to perform? Are you trying to do music? Or are you just there to see the music?
I was going to watch and listen to the music.
Okay. That's you're allowed to do that. I just didn't know. Okay. So Phineas, you would see that there is a large crowd, kind of like a venue of rotating musicians that are playing several different sets throughout the morning and early afternoon of this kind of like new form of music. And the kind of like thrumming vibrations of it, you can kind of feel it in the ground underneath of you because of how loud it is. It's kind of like a rapping experience kind of surrounding you. Anything else you'd want to do there? Besides fist pump?
Are there people dancing?
Yes.
Can I have a dance battle with someone?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the dancing initially is just kind of like inward, more like introspective, but you'd get someone's attention and they would just kind of be like, kind of like bleary-eyed and like, yeah, man, what do you do?
It's a lot of I imagine, I hate to appropriate, but I don't think it's like crunk, like really aggressive, a lot of like punching and like really low to the ground kind of dance moves.
Okay.
So I guess crunk would be the style of dance that it closest.
I am going to have you make a performance check, but I'm going to have you make it with advantage because you're doing more of like a monk style dance.
Could I ask, could it be acrobatic?
From what you described, it's not quite acrobatic yet, but how, depending on how this goes, your follow-up, that it's a back and forth, right? Like, it's a call and response dance. So maybe you can escalate the dance next time. For performers with advantage. Keely.
It's 12 because I have no skills in charisma.
Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, you definitely catch their attention, and at first they take it back, and then they're like, okay, they're kind of with it. Like, it's obviously on beat. There's nothing wrong with that. It's high energy, but that's not bad. And so they come back at you, and they're just kind of like, theirs is like much more like whirly and like kind of like stationary. So you've definitely got them beat in regards to like energy, because they're still kind of like, what would you do next when they kind of like wave it back to you?
When they come back with the same style, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go into some b-boy moves and start doing some spins and some head twirls.
Yeah, so that's gonna be an acrobatics check.
Okay. With advantage? 19.
Yeah, I wasn't going to anyway. Very impressive. Now it's not just the people, like the person and like the small group of people they're with who are watching you. There's like a quick circle that's formed around you, and Phineas, you're kind of nearby as you start to see like a group of people kind of like create a circle, and you see Brick just like spinning on her head, as like there's like this guy who's just like, whoa, like kind of like loving it. And there wouldn't be a round two from this guy. They're just like watching you now, Brick. How do you do that? Whoa, that was wild, man. Do you guys like what I'm doing? Is it too Burning Man?
Perfect.
It's nice because it's like good to know that this is the only version of this experience I'll ever have.
Enjoy it.
It starts.
I won't savor it.
You can reclaim it. You can make it. We're making it ours, you know?
Fuck Burning Man. Welcome to the Burning Man.
Welcome to Burn the Man.
There you go.
Yeah. What do you say to the adoring crowd, Brick?
I will be the best Barney tonight.
Oh, they're like loving it. Cool. I love that. Anything else for Brick and Phineas when it comes to the music of the festival? All right, who's next? Is it Glint now? Did I get the order right? Yes.
So games of deception.
Deception, the social deception. I was like, it was something with the social. Okay, yes. The social deception games are, I guess the best way to compare them to like a real life example would be a card game that the point is to lie about what you have in your hand. So it's not necessarily like poker.
Poker. Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Yeah.
It's kind of like a poker. It's more so like a card game of like Avalon or something, where it's a large table party, and we're trying to figure out there are a group of people who are trying to do one objective, and they don't know who each other are. You're just trying to convince everyone you're not that person.
Secret Hitler. I see.
Yes. Kind of like
Or bullshit if we don't want to trigger anybody.
Yeah. But I was going to have you do a deception check for me.
I can do that.
And I'll offer to you first. Would you want to be like the odd one out, or would you want to blend in and
odd one out?
Okay.
Odd one out, yeah.
Yeah, go for that deception check for me then.
Dirty 20.
Oh, yeah. You definitely win your first game. And it's one of those types of plays where no one even suspects you. Several people were like, it's not that guy. That guy's good. I can just tell. I look in his eyes, I can tell. Like one of those. Do you want to play another game? People are like really...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I want to keep it going.
I want you to... How many times do you think you'd play? A few hands?
Probably until he lost.
Till he lost? Okay, roll another deception check for me. I kind of want to do it.
That is a 19.
Another win. Another deception win for Glint. This is So yeah,
That's very good at deception.
I mean, paladin, right? Is he also proficient in deception?
Yes,
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, what's the third deception check?
16 this time. Maybe people are catching on to him a little bit.
People are starting to look for your tells now that you've had 2 wins in a row as the I was about to say sussy baka. I'm sorry. As the people are starting to tell. So though they didn't catch you, there were a lot of people who were like, "I knew it!" Like one of those reactions. But it's still a win. Do you want to risk it a 4th time?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have you roll with
This
disadvantage now.
Okay. This one is still a 19.
God, Glint wins 4 games in a row. At this point,
I think you'll probably call it good there.
Yeah, I think that's good because you'll leave the table and there are people like accusing the dealer of not shuffling. They're like, "You're not doing it right." Like people get heated. You also make some gold actually on that one. There is an ante. I didn't mention it just but because you rolled like a freaking god, you would make close to 35 gold. Because it's a big table, so the ante's like fairly low, but people kept playing in, so 35 gold.
Okay. Thank you.
Sheesh. All right. Vera. What did you have? I forgot. I'm sorry.
I wanted to dance with ribbons, or I guess I'm playing with the hula hoops now.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
I guess my question for you then, for Bira, is it a performance or like is it just like what's the intent for Bira to do it? You know?
Probably just looking for genuine fun with the ribbons, but if it's the hula hoop girls, she'll probably ask to learn if they're. I don't know if they're. She's not gonna jump in with the performance. She's a little more modest, anxious, awkward.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like that. Would you want her to essentially like make a check then to see how much she retains from these girls?
Do you want me to make a check to see how much I retain from these girls?
Yeah, we could do that. I'm just
Okay.
I'll have you roll a
It's gonna be like she's taking burlesque classes and then can show them to someone later.
I've never thought about what skills are required to learn dance, like mechanically. There's body, there's definitely wisdom to it.
Acrobatics, athletics.
Probably more physical than anything else though, right?
Performance?
Yeah,
Survival.
it's like rhythm. It's like rhythm and placement of where your limbs are and your strength and flexibility.
Yeah, I'm really struggling. Just do a performance check for me.
Okay.
But I want you to add, are you proficient in performance?
No.
Add your proficiency bonus to it because I want to take in mind your other like stats when it comes to retaining this.
I thought you're gonna do an athletics and I've got a negative. Oh. Alright, that is 13. She learns a little bit.
Okay, yeah. You'll learn a little bit. The initial the initial ribbon aspect of the dance isn't as difficult because it's more like do you want to hit a certain like rhythm to accentuate the movement of the ribbon, but they quickly get excited and try to start teaching you like the hoop dance, and that's where it's a little bit tougher and where you kind of trail off. But it's a combination of the two. And they'll if you want, they have hoop girls have a ton of extra hoops, so they'll offer you a hoop if you want one.
To keep?
Yeah, to keep.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Bear's just happy to make new friends, so she's like, "Oh, yes, thank you. Now I can practice."
Yeah, and the other girl, the other girl will take 2 of the ribbons that you were practicing with and kind of like quickly like almost like braid them around your forearm to keep as well. Yeah.
That's all. That's very. I am I don't know what you would roll for feeling emotionally fulfilled, but Vera feels emotional.
Good.
She
Okay.
loves new friends.
New friends. Do we want to name them?
Do you want to spin the wheel?
I guess
We're
I
gonna get a
can.
bonkus 2 out of this.
I feel
I'm
like it's
happy to
gonna.
include Tony with an I as one of the names.
I do like Tony with an I.
like
So can
it,
that be
yeah.
one of the names, and then the other name's the spin wheel name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tony and Bonkus.
It's Bonkus too.
Bonkus. There's a bonkus in every
Oh,
town.
it's Bonkus.
I don't have it on the overlay, so I'm sorry, stream, but I will tell you. Wait, actually, let's just take a freaking picture of it. This. The second girl's name is Joe Joe Shit the Ragman.
Tony
Did a crime
and
to
Joe.
her.
Hold tight, hold
She
tight, hold tight.
definitely gave herself that moniker. Like,
I don't know if I can show it to
used
stream
just
it.
be-
you can call me Joe Shit the Rag Man.
Well, before I was in performing, I was just called
It's
Joe
and
Shit.
now I'm Joe.
it's my stage name.
I feel you, Joe the shit ragman.
I threw in an extra that. It's Joe Shit the Ragman. I'm sorry. I just saw Joe Shit and I lost it. And then
The other shit sibling on Schitt's Creek, Joe.
Oh God. Well, I'm gonna hide that one. That one we're gonna recognize
No.
if that one comes back. So
As opposed to Bonkus too.
I hit
Joe Shit
Bonkus
the
as well.
Ragman.
I
Joe
hit.
Shit the Ragman too. Joe Shit the Ragman Jr.
Oh God. I'm really.
Any of the above.
God. These names are tragic. All right, so we have Tony with an I and then Joe Shit the Ragman, your new friends at Burn the Man Festival. God, I love world building.
Are they Bernies? Do they go outside? Beer would ask.
No, they do not. When you ask the question, they look at you like you're crazy. Like, what? You would
Like
stay out
no,
there?
I don't know. I've just heard that that's part of the festival, and you're part of the festival. So I just wanted to know if you did that. It's not normal then. It's not everyone.
Normal, it's a tough word. It's crazy. It's dangerous.
I'm just saying it's Tony or Joe Shit the Ragman, because Joe Shit the Ragman sounds like a Bernie name.
I was thinking
So
Tony was
with an
saying
I could be
this.
convinced too.
That's true.
It's Tony with an I. And she will tell you that there are like kind of two types of festival goers for Burn the Man. There are the people who come to burn the man, and there are the people who come for the modern activities of the festival. Now celebrating its 83rd anniversary, it's like the newer aspects of the festival that Tony and Joe Shit. God, this fucking name. Joe Shit the Ragman.
Say it, you coward.
Say it out
Put
loud.
it on the wheel.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have anything to say to them regarding how dangerous they tell you it is to go out and stay the night outside the walls?
To ask why it's so dangerous.
Have you?
Which she does by saying, "Why is it so dangerous?"
Have you been out there? There are like monsters and like crazy people, and it's hot as hell and then cold as hell at nighttime. And like, I don't want to be a stinky Bernie.
Would I already know that means dead?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah. How do most Bernies end up stinky?
A big enough amount.
From the monsters?
I don't know. I try not to think about that part of it. You can see, I mean, it's far out, but you can see the smoke and the flames from the walls. Like that's a good enough experience, you know? Like I'm fine on the wall with the Wild Watchers. Like I'm fine with that. I don't want to go outside of the wall. That's for crazy people, honestly.
Right, and I wouldn't do that. I'm not crazy. I was just curious. I've never been to the festival.
Bureau, we're about to head out.
Shut up, Sarah. I'm nor company. Making new friends.
I love that. Can that be canon though? Actually, you get picked up by
Beer's
Glenn.
voice
Glint will have
You.
yelled to her, Bureau, we're about to head out.
Glenn's like noogieing you, like, come on.
Just drives her away. Bye.
I love that. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
What did Mest want to do, Kayleen, for the festival?
She wants those land vehicles. She is single-minded in her focus.
Okay, because you're kind of scoping them out, there are a couple different sizes of sand skiffs. There's like a 2-man sand skiff, there's like a 4-man sand skiff, and then there's like a big boy sand skiff that can hold like 10 people.
Big boy sand skip. She's out there like literally like focused, like watching them. Like that's what I want. I'm getting that one.
And you can see like the guy who's like the proprietor of most of the sand skiffs. He's like looking at you and he's like, "You think you can handle that, man? That's pretty tough."
Yeah, no, I have no doubts about my ability to handle that.
I mean, most crews take 2 on the big one.
Most crews aren't me.
I like your style.
I like your style.
Thank you. He like gestures. It's just like 8 layers of really thin coats.
There you man. As they say, you can never have too many coats.
All
I
right.
feel like I've known you my whole life.
Oh man, never forget the charmed messenger. Kelly, you gotta do that more often. I want NPCs to repeatedly there's something about Phineas that while charmed, they're like, I am in love with you. You know?
Sarah's
Okay.
been feeling that way uncharmed for a whole week now. How long have we known each other at this point?
Couple weeks
17
now.
days.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Sarah's been
Yeah,
feeling that for
it's a couple
17 days.
With your it might be more by now, guys. There's been
Longer than Curse of Strahd.
yes.
That's insane.
People,
Yeah.
loves were made, loves were broken, lives were ended.
Yeah, your characters have known each other longer than your Curse of Strahd characters that you guys played for a year and a half knew each other.
I married a man from town that I knew for like 2 days.
Yes,
Hey,
you
we're
did.
approaching
He was cute.
Aren't we approaching
He
a
was
year
cute.
this fall with this game? When did we
Yeah.
start this game? This
It'll be a
upcoming
year
fall?
soon.
Yeah, this fall.
It's like
Yeah,
a bit,
so
yeah.
It's been 8
If not
months. right?
earlier.
Yeah, we would have just been
We're in,
wrapping
like,
up our ancient Rome one.
yeah. This time last year, that's right.
I'll make a note to see the recording date for it. I have them all archived. We'll do a 1-year anniversary stream. We'll do like something a little
Unless
special.
we've already done one and we didn't know.
I have
Festival.
It's saved in
I'll look at it now.
my
I'll look it up.
calendar.
I can look it up. I just have 8 different things on my monitors right now.
That's fair.
Okay, so it is burn the man time. Well, it's not quite, but it's like time
Land
to
boat
leave.
time.
We're gonna
Land boat.
we're gonna become some Bernies. Well, not quite.
Gotta get
It's-
out there first.
Yeah, you gotta get out there first. So you hop on the sand skiff, and you can see Mest has already spent a little bit of time kind of getting acquainted with the vessel, and it's essentially a boat with a sail, and underneath the boat looks to be like giant wooden like skis that kind of lift the boat up, and hopefully with the wind it would pull it and it would just kind of ski on top. But the proprietor also tells you that there's a little bit of arcana kind of mixed in, because you wouldn't get a lot of speed with a sand skiff. So there's a built-in like arcanic structure. It's kind of like a propeller, like a hand crank, and it kind of pushes the sails kind of open and kind of creates its own kind of wind and propulsion for you. So that's something you would have to man as well, Mest, in like the controls and handling. It's going to be a little bit tougher doing it solo. It's doable.
And
It's
will
100%
be,
doable.
will be willing to assist. If,
Okay.
he'll do whatever Mest directs him to.
With that, whenever I have you, Mess, make a check, you will do an advantage because Glint is aiding you in manning the sand skiff. The proprietor before you leave will say, "It's tradition. You gotta name your skiff for the festival, Captain."
This is the Normandy SR1.
Whoa, that's a totally far out name.
Groovy.
Bro, what does that even mean?
Whoa.
That's cool. Good luck. As long as it's back by tomorrow, I won't send people to hunt you down.
There, it will absolutely be back tomorrow.
Just a
Is it a
note.
problem if we're Bernies?
Well, that's what I was just going to say. I actually need to put a note down. This is Normandy SR1. Convenient because this is boat number 1, so that's easy for me to remember in the old noggin. Do you plan on keeping it overnight at the festival?
We were planning on working as
Yes.
Bernies. Yeah.
And
Make a note.
probably longer if we become stinky Bernies.
Well, there are going to be some issues if I don't get this back by tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Well, you can take it up with our corpses if we haven't got it.
The rest of the Bernies know what to do when people get left behind. Let's just say that. And you'll look over at the other skiffs that are there. They're all just kind of nodding to him.
They're all gonna be stinky Bernies. We're gonna be Bernies.
I don't know about that, man. Do you see that guy over there? He'll point to one guy. He looks kind of normal, actually, actually extremely normal for the rest of the people. Extremely normal. He's like, "That's Brett. He's saved 80
What?
of my
Bread?
skiffs." Brett. He's saved
Bread.
80 of my skiffs over the years, man. He's the
Wow.
most hardcore birdie I've ever seen.
He sure looks the part.
He's like, "Hi, I'm Brett." Real friendly.
Age internally with the happy wave. Every character does it at this point.
Is that true?
You're an animal, Brett.
A lot of NPCs do this as we leave them.
Well, you're thinking.
See you tomorrow when I get hung for burning a bridge or bombing
Hope
a
you find
bridge.
your dad.
Literally, all the time.
It'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take that feedback. I'm not changing it. I'll just accept that it's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Kayleen, I need you to make a Loki check. I see you gesturing to your portrait, your profile of Loki.
Man.
This shrine.
What are you proficient in? I know you have.
Land
And vehicles.
Well, I know
land
that. I'm talking
vehicles.
in regards to abilities.
Animal handling, deception, persuasion, and survival.
None of those I would make as the check for this. I'll just have you make.
But you could.
I know, but why? It needs to make sense, some form of sense, some semblance of sense.
Just have a roll +7.
Yeah, I'll just have you. What's your proficiency bonus?
+3.
And what's higher, your dex or your strength?
My strength.
I want you to do a strength check, but add your proficiency bonus to it. And you're rolling with advantage because Glint is helping you. The quiet counting.
24.
24 on the Normandy SR1 as you guys set off beyond the walls of Wild Watch into the great unknown of the desert. You will see that Mest, with the help of Glint, is like ushering you guys very quickly into essentially like the soon to be setting sun. The sun at this point is like just above where the sail kind of meets the sky in your vision. And the noise of the city behind you starts to like quickly fade away. And you can look to either side of you, and other like smaller skiffs are like a couple hundred feet off, kind of working in the same direction at different speeds. It's like you're definitely faster than with that 24. So it's quite a like bumpy but like exhilarating ride. It's kind of like when you're on a roller coaster and you're like, I don't feel quite safe, but I'm having fun. It's one of those. And there occasionally you'd hit like a dune where it like dips, and the boat would like almost catch the dip, and then it'd kind of hop over the next dune and get a little bit of air time. So it's actually like more of like a ride itself of going on it. Really cool stuff. Thankfully, the sands, so to say, are pretty easy or smooth sailing. The wind isn't very hard. So besides maybe the occasional like obstacle, maybe if the dunes have shifted too much and there's like a really big dip, it's kind of like flat and straight ahead. And it's one of those visions that you guys see up ahead where it's kind of like this mirage of like fading where the horizon meets the sky, and it suddenly starts to become more clearer as you pass other skiffs, and you can see what looks to be at first like just wiggles of like darker lines at the horizon. You will see it start to form like several different wooden structures, and as you approach you can see they're fairly tall, like ranging from like 20 to 50 feet tall, and they're used like with kind of like whatever collection of supplies people have, mainly wood, but some are just like flammable objects like that people could grab, and it's clearly like people like make it like they're like artists who come and do it, and they're like those are like very detailed and like very artistic and like well done. And there's some where it's just like, what do you guys want to bring? Okay, we'll bring this and we'll throw it together and we'll stick 2 sticks on it, and there's arms. So it's like kind of a collection, but those are starting to be set up, but like the general crowds of people who come out here, it's not quite there yet. But you arrive at the outskirts of the Burn the Man festival. You've got about an hour before they light them. And there are a few things you can do if you want, or you can just observe, depending on your interest. But there are people who make it a tradition to like go up and like, I don't know, like throw up like a bucket of paint on one of them, or like some people go and like try to climb up to the top. And I know it's darker, like tie like a giant rope around the neck of one. Like it's heavy, but it's a celebration of like a really dark time for the city. Is there anything you'd like to do like that? Or are you more so just kind of like watching that happen?
Glint will climb up on top of one, and he'll take 2 gold coins that he's already checked. So these are good gold coins. And he'll stick them where its eyes are, like he's sending it to the afterlife.
Very cool. Like that.
I want to go to one and start druid crafting like red flowers around the leg of one of them. I also want to see if I can get into a position where I can light one of these things on fire when it's time.
It's going to be a persuasion check, because most people who set up like their man are like kind of keeping watch on it. Like they're each.
So, like, I want to set this on fire.
Yeah, so you definitely have to like do a little bit of a persuasion.
Cool. Yeah, I would definitely want to find someone that like I vibe with or whatever. Like, and just as if I can help them light it. So it'd be like you start on one leg and I'll light the other one, kind of deal. Like, don't like I don't want the whole thing, but let's like work together, kind of deal.
Okay, roll a persuasion check for me.
Okay. Sorry, I went there for the page. Persuasion. Okay. That's an 18.
Oh, pretty good. You would find it's a smaller structure, so it's a little, like the big ones, it's kind of safe to assume like those are kind of set in stone. Those are like the big, it's like saying like I want to light off the giant firework at the end of the 4th of July. Not going to happen. But a few of the smaller ones, like the 20, 25 foot ones, you can see There's one in particular where it's kind of like a broy burner.
Okay.
And he's like really talking a big game with his friends. And when you walk up, he's like, "Hey, what's your name, man?" And he's like kind of like trying to like vibe you out.
What's up, man? My name's Karen.
Cool.
Nice man you got here.
Thank you, dude. We're really freaking stoked. It's gonna be fucking cool.
No, I couldn't be more excited. Fire's kind of my whole thing. It's my speciality. You know, something I really I sort of you could say it's inside of me.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, like I like love fire. I like burn shit all the fucking time. This is like my 8th Burning Man. I'm like so fucking excited, man. They're actually gonna let me fucking burn one. I'm just like so fucking excited. You know what I mean, man?
Hey, man, it's my first one, and you know, I don't mean to get too excited, but and hands on fire. So I cast create flame or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, but whatever that cantrip is that I have, create flame in my hands, and I'm sort of like, wasn't kidding. It's kind of a thing.
Oh shit, man! It's like inside of you. Like
No,
I thought it was
literally,
inside
like,
of
it,
you, but
like-
it's like inside of you.
Like inside of me. So hey, look, man, you seem like a cool dude. I love what you got
Thank
going
you,
on
thank
here.
you, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Mind? I want to get in on this. You mind if we take like one leg each, and I do my thing just so I could say that I like came here and did the damn thing.
Yeah, hear me out, bro. Let me talk to my boys. I gotta run it by the boys, and then I think you're good to go. I really dig your vibe, man. That you're in here with
Yo,
me. Like we're in it together, man.
You are a cool dude.
All right, I'll be right back. Let me talk to the bros. This is serious. And I'll be right back, man. And you'll see, just kind of like
Kieran. And Kieran turns around and goes like, ah, like freaks out.
They're not. He'll turn around and be like, "All right, bros, you heard him. I've got the vibe. He's got the vibe. I think he could fucking hang, guys." And he's like, "Hear me out. He can have fire out of his fucking hands. That's fucking crazy, dog. He needs to be a part of the gang." Like really adamant. And he'll turn around and be like, "Listen, I talked to the boys. We're doing it."
Oh my god, thank you so much. You don't know how much that means to me. I really appreciate it, man. What's your name?
Jaren.
What?
My name is Jaren.
Jiren?
Jaren.
Nice. Okay, cool. Really nice
Chest
to meet
bump?
you, Jaren.
Chest bump? To confirm.
Sure.
All right, chest bump. Okay. I'll see you in like countdown 38 minutes, bruh. I'm so fucking
Yeah,
pumped.
I'm gonna go check out these other like not so great ones, but like
Cool.
I'll be back.
Awesome. Okay. Anybody else want to participate, or are we really just kind of watching the festivities?
Just watching now.
Just gonna make sure she gets like if they're on a blanket or wherever there, she pulls up a good spot by then. Just casual.
Okay.
If he wants to see her hula hoop skills later. I'm kidding. She's not that
Gotcha.
good yet. Just gonna work on it.
The last the last little bit before sunset is more so people setting up what's going to be their overnight. So it's really clear the people who are planning to stay versus the people who are here to see it and then get the fuck out of town or get back to town. So is there anything in regards to like setting up camp that you guys are looking to do while you're here?
We're gonna do this the real way, okay, guys? We're not doing our paper thing. They'll call us pussies. We can't have it.
Yeah.
So I will
Agreed.
begin foraging for natural items to build a shelter.
Brick, I'm not going to have you check for that because that's like kind of what you did.
It's literally my thing.
It's your backstory. And you weren't really saying you were going to do anything else. So with like the hour and a half you have before Burning Man or Burn the Man, you are definitely able to set up a healthy camp for Dujour, for the group.
I would help because of my exceptional survival skill set.
Mm-hmm.
Rad.
I would
There's
not
just enough
help
spot. There's
because
just enough. Oh, sorry.
I don't want to sit outside all night. I want to glamp, not camp.
Then you're gonna put the poster on something, and you're gonna go in there, but you're gonna not be a true Bernie if you do that.
Maybe the wall that they create from the structure will be able to put the deed inside the structure.
No, they burn it.
Maybe.
Come on, Kelly,
Are
burn your
the one we're
bus.
staying in that you're
Burn
in.
your buzz.
Or can't you do that little tiny magic hut thing?
Oh, I do have a fucking tiny.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
do tiny hut.
Tiny
I
hut.
totally
No,
forgot because of our deed.
Already
I'm just like,
power
no
blast.
tiny hut.
So, just to confirm, are you guys planning on setting up your deed, or are you not planning to set up your deed?
No deeds
Nah.
tonight.
No deeds tonight.
I appreciate you guys really trying to tough
Is
it.
it kill?
We're Bernies.
Bernie's, maybe.
Don't
Stinky
you even
Bernie's.
say it. Don't you even say it.
All
You ain't
right.
Stinky, you're stinky.
TPK. Birdies.
All right. If there's nothing else, let's talk a little bit about what the. I mean, none of us have been to actual Burning Man, so I'm sure we can just Google pictures of Burning Man and be like, cool. But as the sun starts to set, back behind the spectacle that is the Burn the Man festival, each kind of group that's positioned. It's catching up to me, guys. Position.
Position.
This is
Burn
tradition. This is tradition. 83rd anniversary. There is a signal, kind of like a wave across the several structures, and there's at this point at the beginning of the Burn the Man, quite literally the Burn the Man, there is like upwards of 20 different structures. So it's like a very far distance of just like kind of like stacked back, some like different orientation, but a line of these structures. As the ones furthest out start to kind of catch flame first. And it's just like a ripple of crowds and cheers and like music and just celebration as these different structures depicting the former slave traders and owners of Wild Watch start to like burn from the bottom up. And you can see there's a few people who've like very strategically like planned like or eight like burning from the top and a feather fall down kind of thing. Like there are people who are like trying to like really get creative. It comes to your structure, Kieran, with Jaren.
Jaren, yeah.
So what do you do with Jaren? He like give you the signal. What's the signal?
So I'm gonna do like Kieran doesn't need to do like elaborate hand gestures, but just for like the ceremony of this, gonna like do a big like hand wave and like boom, and I'm gonna cast Create Bonfire underneath the leg of the statue that I'm working on.
Create Bonfire. I kind of like, maybe in this instance, it can change, of course, however you want to, but I would love it like as like your hands like open up after you cast the spell, that it almost is like a portal flame that like engulfs the bottom and like quickly just like swallows the first like ankle up to like the knee of the structure like pretty quickly. So like he looks up, you nod, he nods back at you. He's like skipping together rocks, and he looks up like the whole knee of the other side of it. He's like, yeah, like really fucking jazzed.
And I'm going in and I'm casting control flames as it's burning and like creating stuff arcing off of it and like hitting other spots, like really manipulating the flames into like making geometric shapes and like spurting out fireworks and stuff like that. Like I want to make a show out of this.
Really cool. Yeah, definitely. It definitely would catch the attention of a lot of people, especially of like the few structures that are like the same size or smaller off ahead. That's kind of like a slow burn for theirs. They're like, oh, what's going on here? Like, I want to check this out. And as kind of each side kind of meets the center where some of the larger structures are, people kind of start to relax as like all the like the initial burning has begun. It's more so just like enjoying the burn. We do this thing on Sea of Thieves where we sink our ship with fire every time, and it's half of the enjoyment is just watching it slowly burn and then sink to the ocean. It's kind of that part of the spectacle. So it would be like another hour and a half at most, and it's kind of like that perfect transition of like it starts to burn as the sun's up, and in the next like 25 to 35 minutes the sun has completely set and the skies start to darken, and the kind of general area is just like a giant bonfire of all this like burning structures. And so despite it getting dark, there's a lot of warmth, and like noise and celebration, and you can see like the kind of trail of the few sand skiffs that are returning back to Wild Watch, who got to see like the initial burn and are like leaving back to the safety of the town. But the rest of you, it kind of like starts to mingle down. Like it's not like this kind of like rowdy party all night. It's more like a enjoy the moment and just kind of chill out kind of thing. It can be fairly isolated if you want. Like it's not, I know, well, we can make it whatever we want, but I know like, I'm sure like there's a lot of like jumping around and like going tent to tent at Burn the Man. It can be kind of like, we're in for the night. What do we want to do?
Fuck. Guys, fuck Aileen. I'm still,
Not die.
I'm on the look. Oh, our boy Paladin didn't ruin it, so that's that.
Roll another perception check for me, Brick.
McKinnon
Okay.
is not a Bernie.
He's
Oh.
definitely hiding out in the temple
18.
somewhere.
What was that?
Come on, he's like a Romney voter.
18, 1-8.
Brick, you do see a very small boy paladin at the festival. He's just sitting with like a small group of people, not like directly next to them, but just kind of like apart at the end, just kind of watching in awe. I picture it more like, do you know like the gif I love where it's Elmo and there's flames behind him? It's not that. It's more like if it were in front of him and you see the flames in his eyes, he's just like awestruck, just kind of watching it. But yeah, he is out here and it seems wants to be a Bernie.
So what I want to do is I want to try to sneak up to where he's staying and eavesdrop a bit.
Okay. I mean, it's probably not hard to believe. Do a stealth check for me.
17.
Okay. It's probably not hard to believe with how he treated you guys on the ship ride. He's not the most personable person. You can see the group he's with. He clearly probably just like asked them like, I would like to ride with you. Is that okay? And they're like, yeah, sure, little dude. Like, whatever you want, man. Do you need a place to
I
stay?
thought he'd be like smoking a pipe or something.
No, and you can see he's kind of off on his own. But I don't. Depending on how long you want to watch him, he's really just there. And you can see like as the sun starts to set, he like pulls out his pack and starts to set up his own little like tent to stay the night here.
McKinnon.
At this point, I'm gonna I'm not gonna be like just stand up behind him. I'll sneak back away and come up, not like walking up to him and be like, McKinnon.
Can you do a quick deception check for me?
Oh yeah. It's okay. It's 13.
Okay, go for it. You're good. You're good.
Yeah. McKinnon,
Hello.
It is good to see you in the desert.
You too?
How has your mission been treating you?
Well, it's kind of.
Does he start crying?
He's just like kind of lost in thought. He's like, I'm not sure.
Well, I made a shelter for my party. You remember them from the boat?
Yes.
Because Fiend does not want to stay in the shelter, I have an extra spot if you would like to stay with us.
Oh. You pity me.
What is pity?
You think I'm not capable of doing this on my own?
No, you looked lonely.
Yeah, are you telling the truth?
I do think he looks lonely, so yeah.
Roll a persuasion check for me then.
11.
I can do this on my own. Thank you, though.
Bye.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's be mean to kids. Yes. Okay. Cool. And
Not
you'll
mean.
Oh. Bye.
Brusque,
nothing-
maybe.
I have nothing else to say to him.
Oh wait, if I missed it, Son of Penitent, thank you for the hydrate. Okay. So as the fires start to kind of either reach the top or like dwindle, it kind of like smokes out. A lot of people start to make their own kind of like small fires just to keep some warmth in their campsites. But it starts to get fairly late. We're talking like 9, 10, 11 o'clock as people start to go to bed. Just to confirm, where are we? Like, are we all? Who's doing tiny hut? Who's doing bricks thing?
No, I'm gonna burn it. I'm burning it.
Okay.
They said to burn it, so I'm gonna burn it.
I misunderstood then. I wasn't giving up.
No, you're good.
I thought you actually weren't staying with us.
No, you're good.
Yes, Spiro will.
I'm really proud of you guys. You're toughing it out in the desert, trying to really make a good go of being Bernies.
It's about the
version of
experience,
Bernies.
man.
It's all about that experience, man. So as you all start to like rest, one of the first times in a while you guys are like actually toughing it, because it's been a couple days now since you've gotten that deed. And I think even before that you were doing like tiny hut. So like this is like tiny hut's just kind of like a security blanket. You're still feeling the cold and whatnot, but like this is like the real deal. There's nothing separating you from the outside world, and that's a beautiful thing in this moment. You can look out, the stars are like across the sky. The few little bits of burnt ember are like kind of like filling the air. It's kind of like that cozy feeling of like when you buy a candle, it smells like bonfire, but like 1,000 times better than that because it's an actual bonfire.
Dujour means family.
Dujour means
And a few of you probably start to doze off. There would be like loud cheers, like the occasional whoops or cheers of like some people who may be like a little rowdy, but it's like it kind of like quiets back down throughout the night, like as to be expected. People are trying to respect each other's spaces.
Yeah.
But you'll notice like fairly
That will not
late, like
succeed.
closer to midnight, depending on where you guys are at, you would start to hear like loud yelling, like kind of like frustratingly loud yelling. But that wouldn't be what wakes you all up. What would actually wake you guys up is what feels more like a tremor or a rumbling from underneath of you. And yeah, Kayleen, what's up?
I've seen the movie Tremors and I hated it, and I
Okay.
hate this.
Okay. I haven't. No, I have seen Tremors. And as you guys all kind of like wake up and look around, you can see that there are several people, campsites around you kind of getting up and like readying themselves or like disorientingly like grabbing their things and like trying to get up. And you will see on the far edge of the desert, where the beginning of like the burning of the Man Festival started, a structure starts to rumble quite visibly from the distance, shake and crumble to the ground as the sand looks like as it almost like sinks underneath of it. You can see what looks like a ballooning or bubbling in front of it as like this moving sand starts to shoot towards the Festival of the Burning Sun. And we're going to actually end tonight's session as this giant creature bursts through the sand, like howling, like spraying sand everywhere as several people like fling and jump out of the way as a giant sand snake like bursts through the festival.
Oh, so we are on Arrakis.
We called it the Festival of the Burning Sun, the Freudian Slim showing.
You're gonna prove that you're gonna be birdies and not stinky Bernies. We're gonna do that next week.
There's gonna be a lot of stinkies, guys.
I think there are gonna be a lot of stinky Bernies this year.
Yeah. Not
I
us.
have-
SP.
Yes. I had
So far, stinky bird. That's the new one. It's not total party kill. It's total
Party
stinky
Bernie.
CPSB.
DSB.
Yes. But yeah. You guys guessed it. I do like putting traumatic events at the end of festivals. Moral of the story: don't go to festivals.
I fallen lots of at a festival.
Not even when you're steered directly into a festival.
Never trust.
Hey, Paige, remember how
Yeah.
I called our boat the SR1?
Yeah.
And then you gave us a thresher maw to fight?
Yeah. Oh, I know what I'm
all-
doing.
It's all
sometimes.
Mass Effect, baby, all the way down.
It's like I was like, what do I want to happen at the actual Burning Man? Well, none of us like Burning Man. I want it to be destroyed. Cool. This is the part. Well, thank you guys for playing. I had a lot of fun. This is the part where I ask you guys if you had some favorite moments. You're not obligated, but I think I think I have made you obligated. But if you don't have one, that's okay. If you're in the chat and you're lurking, or if you're still here, love to hear if you had some favorite moments. Definitely a highlight for me. But does anyone have like a standout moment that they're like, my favorite tonight was XYZ?
I'm split. I really loved Kayleen getting her land vehicle. Like, Kayleen's been talking about land vehicles for so long, so getting it was so good. And then her calling it that made it like 10 times better.
Mhm.
So that was up there. And then I really liked Matt getting in with the bros and then being called Jiren. And it almost sounded like you said Kieran or Biren at the beginning. So it was like, what is he?
I didn't even put together in my
It's
brain.
just-
That's what I did.
It's just a party of rhyming Kieran names.
Yeah.
Kieran, Biren, Deeren, Niren, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god. I didn't even think that they're just a posse of Irins.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
what I
canon.
thought.
100.
Yeah, so-
I'm going to describe what happens to the posse of Irins next week. I cannot
Oh,
wait.
good.
This is going to be
It's not
graphic.
gonna be good.
I don't know.
Nope. There can only be one
Graphic
Aaron.
death of the gang of Iran.
I feel like Jiren is kind of crazy. I feel like he could pull it off. We do know one thing. We do know one thing that's going to happen next week is Brett's going to be totally fucking fine.
I can't wait to see Brett be like a level 20 fighter. Just pull out like double axes from his back.
Hi.
And be
You make-
Legolasing from
Yeah.
the top of shit.
That wouldn't be that
good.
cool for you guys, though, if Brett's just like God tier.
No. Can he please be a level 20 something? Can you build that character sheet? Can I see him demolish this thing?
I want you guys
That's
to
long
demolish
game,
this.
baby.
You can't count on anybody. Son of
With
Pennington
Brett?
says, my favorite moment, you pity me. Brick, what is pity? That was pretty good.
My favorite moment is always when we do fun, like collaborative world building stuff. So anytime you like leave it open to us to sort of just like decide what happens, I love what we come up with. It's always so fun.
Yeah, it's special. I didn't get to do enough of that in previous campaigns, and it's my favorite moment where you guys come up with like my favorite things for sure.
I don't usually like to do anything that my character is in as a favorite moment because like I live those. I'm more excited about other people. But the gift that the wheel gave us of Joshua the Ragman being a hula hoop girl
God damn it.
murdered me.
She's definitely scrappy as fuck. Joe shit the rag man.
I'm
She'll fight
surprised she's
someone.
not a Bernie. She's
I will
That girl
never be the same.
scares me.
I really liked Beer be like, oh yeah, no, I would never be a birdie. Yeah, that would be crazy. And then Glenn shows up like, hey, let's go.
I love
I
that
know, that
so
was
fucking
great,
much.
Colin.
Yeah.
Rat her out.
More so as just a friend who's gotten to play D&D with you guys a lot. I did genuinely like when you guys quickly caught on that I was making this Burning Man, and then second that you called into question that I was going to inevitably ruin it. Like I really enjoy that because it's just it just goes to show you guys can read me like a fucking book. But I did really enjoy what you guys came up with.
Did you plan to have McKinnon there from the start?
Yeah,
Was it
I
only
did.
because I brought him up.
No, I did. So I'm happy when you said it. I was like, "Aw, yeah." McKinnon was
Get the
gonna
boy paladin.
boy paladin. I love that stupid
Child
little
slave.
fucker. I love the ones that like I didn't think of the voice, but the voice came, and he's one of those where I just went, what was the first? Confidential? Classified. Classified. Love him. Little, not even gangly, because he's not. He's like kind of like pudgy, like awkward.
He's a stocky little boy.
Stocky little boy. What's not to love? My short king. I love him.
Stocky, short king, boy paladin.
Love him. That's kind of like my crutch. Anybody else had any favorite moments?
You gave me my land vehicle.
Yeah. It's
You gave
cool.
me fun costume changes. I'm always a fan of costume changes.
How did you guys feel about it not being like a shopping thing, more so like it was a part of an event and it was just kind of assumed you'd be getting it? What do you guys think about that?
Free clothes, yay!
Yeah.
Free is my favorite number.
It was just
Got
the
me 80% of the way there.
Like, as fun as like the going through the routine of like shopping and exchanging money is, it's nice to just be like, and you get new clothes.
Yeah. I want it to be like, I mean, we talk about tiers, but I like that it's like, we're in desert. It's just assumed you should have desert clothes now. Just have desert clothes. You have desert clothes.
No.
Besides mess.
I will always hold up the shopping episode of our last campaign as like the highest achievement that we've ever had.
Which one? The
For
water
Strahd or
heist?
for the Rome one?
For Dragon Heist.
Dragon heist.
That will always be like peak shopping montage.
I don't remember specifically what you guys bought. I just remembered. What did you guys buy?
No, we just had like a bunch of fancy dresses and it was a good time.
Oh, for the ball that we didn't do.
I
Yes.
wasn't gonna mention that part, but we did have a nice fancy
Yeah, we did.
montage where we charged someone else.
Yeah.
We committed identity theft twice.
That's twice
Tonight.
I've done that today. 'Cause that was
Yeah.
Aquaria, right?
Yeah. Let me see who's live. Let's do a raid. Sarah, thank you so much for already putting in the raid message. If you guys are new to our raids, I always like to try to raid a D&D content creator at the end of our stream on Wednesday nights. Whether you're a subscriber to me or not, you can copy paste the raid message. If you're not a subscriber, just skip over those emotes. Yeah, when we go to raid somebody, I'll tell you about them. If they're former friends of the stream or if they're new friends for us, we will throw in the raid message. I also ask, if possible, when we go to raid somebody, if you were to refresh their stream. Long story short, with Twitch statistics, raids don't count to improve their average viewer, which is a huge mechanic in Twitch. So I always want like the raids to mean something. And not that you guys don't mean. If you don't, it's appreciated nonetheless. But it's really cool to actually help it kind of boost your stats. I'm digging my own grave. No, you guys mean everything to me. Also, shout out, we had a wonderful raid from our Roll for Felicity and all of her friends. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the hype train. For all you guys. You guys are wonderful and very kind to us after a little bit of a hiatus, but we'll get back to our regular Wednesday schedule, and you will see me again on Sunday streams because I know it's been a while for those too. So we'll have some video game streams and just chatting D&D Q&A streams coming up as well. So let us find our raid. We've got a lot of familiar friends streaming right now at D&D. We've got the Venture Maidens. We've got Loch Ness. We've got Dungeon Master's Diary. We've got Ink and Liar, Twitch Slays D&D, Jeff Byers. These are all people we've raided before. Or do we want to make a new friend tonight? Let's see.
Old friend.
Old friend, right?
No new friends, never.
No new friends.
Feel like new people.
All right, let's.
If we haven't known them for 10 years, do we even know them?
Fair. Let's see. I'm seeing what we've got going on. Secret Adventures.
At this point, even my celebrity crushes are 10 years old, so I'm committed to this whole decade-long situation.
We've got. Sorry, I'm trying to see what everyone's playing. Oh, Ink and Liar's playing Candlekeep Mysteries. They're on their 5th episode of that.
I don't know what that is.
Candlekeep is the new 5th edition source book that's set in Candlekeep, which is like the giant library in Forgotten Realms. And there are individual based adventures, all involving books.
Nerds. Let's do that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have definitely, this is a familiar front to us. There's been a lot of support for Ink and Liar. They are a great content creator, a lot of D&D content. Hit the wrong button. So let's put that in the chat. Again, if you are in the chat, copy paste that raid message. And let me get this going. And Liar, good there. Cool. Let me also copy the raid message. And yeah, that's everything I've got. So we will see you next week, where we will start off an exciting session with battle with a giant sand worm. Am I missing anything? No, right? We don't have anything else going on. All right, this is the part where I ask, guys, what do I say to the internet?
Good
night,
Internet.
Good night, internet.